That looks safe. Big hole in the sidewalk there. Folks, it's Saturday, March 12th, 2016 in Columbus, Ohio. Beautiful day, as you can see, probably 60 degrees. What happened was I walked through Italian Village gathering video, and you'll see that footage in another video. I got to the other side and I realized I was fairly close to this bike shop where I purchased a bike about 7-8 months ago. That bike got stolen. So I thought, I'm pretty close to this shop. Why not get another bike? So I started walking east on 5th Avenue toward the bike shop. And then I decided to take a quick detour south along Cleveland Avenue here to see this huge construction site to take pictures of bulldozers. It turns out it's a construction site for a company called Rogue Fitness. They make all, I think this is what it is. I think they make all of the equipment that you see in a CrossFit gym. And because CrossFit gyms are so popular right now, they are doing well. And I believe, I don't know, I believe this is a new manufacturing site to make their equipment. But it's a huge lot. Then I got back onto 5th Avenue and crossed 71. You'll see 71 South on the left here, and that's 71 North on the right. And I am walking east on 5th Avenue toward the bike shop, which was just beyond the freeway. And here it is, the third-hand bike co-op. They sell used bikes, and they also have a membership where you can join and learn how to fix bikes. You can volunteer and apply those hours toward the purchase of a bike. So if you're into bicycles and bicycling, this is the spot for you. Now, I bought my original bike here for $40, like about 8 months ago, and it got stolen. So it was my fault. I left it overnight outside, but I had it double locked. Nonetheless, they clipped both locks, and I woke up in the morning and the only thing on the porch were these broken cables they had snipped. So I thought, heck, I'll get another bike. Check out these sprockets they have in the cement here. That's kind of cool. But they have cheap bikes here. They're used, way used. Not any, a lot of them are old, but they work. They take care of them, or they fix them up, I mean. And you can get a workable, cheap bike at the third-hand bike co-op. Just like this one. Now, I know nothing about bikes, but this is a 10-speed Raleigh that met my very demanding criteria. The brakes worked and the gears shifted smoothly and the tires are in good condition. Very demanding bike buyer. I don't need a new bike. I don't need an expensive bike. I don't need a nice bike. I just want to zip around occasionally, and that's all I need. Plus, when it gets stolen, you're not out as much. So, as you can see, it's getting hot. I take off my sweatshirt and I peel off. This is right next to the bike shop. I'm this little alley here. Now, check this out. This is interesting. You can see there's very little traffic, barely any traffic on a major road. This is a major throughway in this city. So I start off, you can see I'm on the right-hand side. There's plenty of room on the left, if you include both lanes, but the lanes themselves are narrow. So if it was full of traffic, I would definitely be holding up the right lane. But in this case, you can see there's very little traffic. So here's what happened. Within 60 seconds of being on this road, on my new, not so new bike, this guy comes up behind me and starts honking. Like he's drifting, like lagging behind me so that he can make a point of honking at me. Then he speeds around, that surging, accelerating, I'm mad at you. Can you hear him? You hear it? What is this guy? There he is. What is he doing? It doesn't look, at least on this video, I don't think it looks as dramatic, but at the time it seemed like he was like, vroom, surging around. What are you talking about, dude? I'm barely on, I'm hugging the right hand side. Look at those curbs. If I go any further to the right, I'll be into those broken curbs. I don't know. There's just so much rage between motorists and bicyclists these days. I don't know what the deal is. I thought that most people liked bicycles. Don't a lot of people grow up riding bikes? Why when they get a car are they all of a sudden anti-bike? Or vice versa? You know, there's some radical bicyclists that don't like motorists. I think we just have to all get along. Check out this Wendy's on the side here. There's a Wendy's coming up. On the way over there, heading east, I stopped in there to check to use their Wi-Fi to make sure I was on the right path. And I said to the guy, "Hey, can I use your Wi-Fi?" He said, "Sure." I said, "Do I need a password?" He said, "No, you don't need a password." So I logged on, and I pulled it up on my phone, and there's a lock, that little lock symbol on their Wi-Fi signal. I said, "I'm sorry. It looks like I'll need the password because there's a lock on the thing." And he said, "No, you don't need a password." I said, "Right, but there's a lock." And you know how you get into conversations with some people where you just realize they're never going to understand what you're talking about. So I just bailed. So now I'm heading back west into town, coming up on an Italian village. It's a beautiful day. It's funny in the Midwest when it gets warm. It's like people are reborn. They're out, they're walking, riding their bikes, excited just to have some warm weather. Look at these girls holding hands, enjoying the weather. Probably 60 degrees, not hot, not cold, perfect. And coming up on High Street here, and after that I took a left and pretty much headed home, or at least to where I'm staying. So that's pretty much it on my new bicycle. Hopefully this one won't get stolen.